Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm from Ukraine, and I vlog daily to keep you updated on the real life situation in my country as this awful war with Russia continues for almost a year. And today is the first day of February, the month which many Ukrainians say lasts for a year for us. If you're new to the channel, check my video, maybe you will like them, then please subscribe, because I believe the world needs to know more about Ukraine. And today, like much of my speaking will be about actually the February that changed our lives and how emotional we get as we approach the anniversary of this war. Of course, I'm sure Putin will prepare some presents for Ukrainians, but at the same time, a year that seemed impossible showed that Ukrainians are strong and the unity around my country is only growing stronger. Today we witness lots of new Russian crimes, like daily they surprise us. For example, like shootings of Kherson, which is totally unnecessary from the military perspective of view, but they try to demoralize people of the city that was successfully liberated by Ukrainian armed forces, and they also protect themselves from any Ukrainian counter-offensive from the other side of the Dnieper River. But at the same time, they also demonstrate that they are a terrorist country, and no negotiations or, I don't know, understanding of Russia, modern Russia, as a political power, as a political side, as a political party is impossible. So I hope that to those countries that still doubt, the understanding and the vision of Putin as the Hitler of the 21st century or as an unpunished Stalin of the 21st century will come. And honestly, when I speak about this support of the countries, everything is not just like white or gray, but there are different countries that demonstrate the level of understanding of this war differently. And honestly, even though I'm trying to be always positive, I'm very often negatively surprised by the political representatives of Hungary and recently Austria, who said that they are not ready to supply Ukraine with weapons because this can only prolong the conflict, which can be translated into normal language that we are not going to help Ukraine, which will run out of weapons, and then Russia will win, because no other option is possible here. And this is bad because Hungary is a country that we border. And I know that many people in Hungary support Ukraine, and that very often political leaders do not represent the true feelings and emotions of people, but then it's bad and something needs to be changed. And at the same time, we have Poland and the countries of Baltic that like 300% understand what evil Russia is and how important it is to support Ukraine that is on the edge with this empire of evil. And honestly, when I was thinking, what can I record today? What are the things that I would like to reflect? I went out in my, if it's possible to say so, Facebook, and I have come across many posts of different people who were talking about this February. Today is the 1st of February, and I've already told you that in Ukrainian tradition, we are very much connected to calendar, like the spring begins on the 1st of March, winter on the 1st of December, and every beginning of month means, like, I don't know, well, like people will talk about that. So the start of February is the start of the month that in Ukrainian, I have told you, I have introduced you to this name, is Lutый. And Lutый is fierce. Honestly, like Ukrainian language is one of those languages that did not borrow names of the months from Latin, and our names of the months are different. I will be slowly introducing you to the rest of the months in our Ukrainian word of the day, but so far it is about February that is known as fierce, and it's so like very often played in various phrases, in various slogans that say that this month really turned out to be fierce. And especially for Russians who thought they will take Ukraine till the end of February. So they have started on the 24th and they believe they will not need more. But even though it is the shortest month of the year, it turned out to be really long. And in Ukraine, there were lots of memes that described, like, I don't know, June as the 78th of February or something, because like many of our dreams, many of our plans, many of our possibilities were either destroyed or frozen back in that February. And I think that when we will come closer to the first year of this war, I will grow more and more emotional, because I do remember the start of this war. I do remember how worried I was to tell my mom, who was already ill at that time, and I knew that would multiply her feelings of like she always wanted to protect me, and here it comes. And also, I remember these first news and how attentively we observed television, like one channel. Like, I don't watch television much now, but during war, all the channels united in one channel, and people were watching it very attentively. From time to time, the picture disappeared. We had distortions of internet and mobile. We were constantly afraid we won't be able to communicate with each other, or how can we be warned about something. It is now that Ukrainians have various adaptation techniques. They know how to use Wi-Fi without electricity, or how to buy, like, I don't know, radios and use them to be warned in case of nuclear attack or something. We've changed it a lot, and I can say I try to always speak about this positive sides of this changes. Like, we didn't have a choice and we had to adapt, and that led to our survival, continuation of our fight against evil, and the support grew, and now I'm like convinced in our victory. But every day of war leads to more deaths, tragedies, infrastructure destruction, and other things. And but at the same time, like, we grew older, we grew tired, we grew stressed. And I'm personally always convinced like that you don't grow older with age, because sometimes you have like 5 years and you feel and look the same, and nothing tremendously changes, neither in your physiology nor in your psychology. And then you have an event, and pretty often that's a bad event, not a good event, because it does not erase your years back, but something negative, and then you grow older very quickly. So like, you can stay the same for 10 years and then within a year. So many of such things happen to Ukrainians. And well, this was a difficult year that started back in February, when no one believed something like that is possible. Every day things happen that we don't believe they are possible. Like, when I read this awful news about families, about funerals, about civilian infrastructure destroyed, about like reactions of Russian orcs on the crimes they commit in Ukraine, and other things, very often I get like, I cannot believe this is really happening. But then you have to continue. And I don't know how do you describe this psychological edge on which you are maneuvering or something, when you think, oh my god, this is almost impossible, but then you swallow this information and you go on. So February is like a weird month. It's closer to a spring, and it is a month of various expectations. And of course, we have to be strong and we have to continue fighting, because Russia has decided to play long. It's good that our European supporters also promise to play long, and we don't have a choice. Please forgive that I did not come out yesterday, because finally I've reached that stage of my grieving when like your physiology comes together with your psychology, and I did not feel well for a couple of days, so I was like out. But I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to have this opportunity to communicate with you and to read the words of your support, and especially to my country. Thank you once again for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons. Always introduce yourself to our Soviet Myths Debunked series. And Slava Ukraini!